when the hairdresser did the thing and braided it, and I remember like just all day going, fuck, from behind I must look like such a sick cunt. The rainbow unicorn, Ellis. Because I'm shark heart, you know what I mean? Because I've got the heart of a shark. Ooh, homo hammer, Ellis. The homo hammer. My balls totally moving, doing improving. Knocked out, we get back up. I got the heart and desire over a fire, ready to take us to the top. Welcome to the show. Did you know that your mom is the king of the West. Welcome to the show. It's the podcast, and we're relaxed because we're on couches. We used to be in a business where we were in a desk working, pretending to be in a cubicle because the rest of the building was in a cubicle, and we didn't want to make any of the cubicle workers feel bad about our glamorous life on the radio. But now, we're just chill, just like you. We just like to pod. That's what I like to do. So my pants are a little bit up high, but not all the way up high. And if you were to go somewhere lit, you mean I'd probably be accepted. So, but at the same time, pretty laid back. You could not accept me. That's cool too, bro.
Right. We were never allowed to sit in comfortable chairs at our real job.
No. At one time, I remember Michael leaned back and Scott Greenstein had our boss whip Tully out of nowhere. Dude just came flying in with a leather face mask on and whipped Tully across the back. We were like, who the fuck is that?
Until that moment, I'd always wondered why that came from the halls.
People don't realize the reason I started fighting was because of the beatdowns that I would receive after shows from the bosses. They used to punish us.
Well, they can't touch us anymore.
No.
Or pay us.
That's right. Now I get
Your
peanuts.
money's no good here, company.
No.
Joke's on them?
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Well, I don't really, but let me wonder for a second. No, I don't think they care. There you go. But at the same time, do I care?
Not really.
So,
yeah.
Easy come, easy go, you know?
Right.
Like, oh, man, remember those? No, I don't.
Mm.
No, I don't remember those. Actually, to be honest, it was kind of irritating. You shut up. Fuck you. Fuck off. That's sort of what I feel that you know what I mean? Like, nah. You know what I mean? What? Shut up. But now, instead, I just didn't say anything. But now, like, all those, I should have, that's like what I was feeling. So now I'm sort of, you know, that's why I'm like, hey, we're just here. Like, I got a foot on my couch, on my table.
You might be leaving shoe marks on there right now.
Right. And that's cool,
You
man.
don't seem too concerned about
No
it.
one's going to beat me. You know, everyone's going to be like, hey, man, it's your couch. Stand on it. I'll go Tom Cruise on a motherfucker, you know? I know the camera doesn't go wide, but I am in love with podcasting.
Make sure you don't punch your lights
I know.
out.
I saw that. Yeah.
God, it is so odd. I saw the poster for the new Top Gun, and I feel like it's just a not remarked upon enough thing that if you had told me, when did Top Gun come out, like 86?
Sure.
If this poster had come out in 1989, Top Gun 2, it's back, that you'd go, yeah, that's right. That's Tom Cruise. It's another Top Gun movie. But it's literally 35 years later.
Yeah.
And he does more or less look like the exact same man.
Man, you know who doesn't look like the same person?
Who's that?
The chick from Law and Order SVU.
Kathleen Turner?
What?
Shkamishka Schmargelflame?
Yes. Shemishka.
Oh,
Yeah. She
She's
was
got
like some model or something back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, she looks like her head got way wider and her jaw is way bigger. Like I think her head is bigger than Rampage's.
That's a big head.
Yeah, she has like a helmet head.
Solid dome.
And it's just super fat and like old. It happens. I'm doing the same thing. But because you're on TV for 35 years and you're like, here you are in an old episode and here you are now. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then this new season, I think Ice-T's got his hair painted on too, which is, but his looks better.
Maritzka Hargitay, is that her name?
Maritza.
I don't know how you say her name.
I love a good Maritzka.
I recently learned her mom was Jane Mansfield.
Who's that?
Jane Mansfield was sort of like the sluttier Marilyn Monroe.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, we're huge fans of even slutty Marilyn Monroe's.
She was also a very early playmate.
Yeah, that's my only beef with Marilyn Monroe is she wasn't slutty enough.
Well, Jane Mansfield was well known for her well-publicized personal life and publicity stunts, such as apparently she invented the wardrobe malfunction.
What do you mean? When your titty comes out?
Yeah. The Janet
Wait,
Jackson.
that wasn't. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, she did that on purpose, accidentally.
Just like Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, Rock Hudson just ran up and pulled her titty out on the red carpet.
He loved it,
But he was gay, so that was okay.
Allegedly, or just he was gay?
Rock Hudson, I believe, died of AIDS, and when he died of AIDS, it was revealed that he'd been a closeted homosexual the first time. He was a big part of the story of AIDS because he was the first, well-known celebrity to mainstream America who had died from it. I might be making all that up.
I got pimples on my ass.
On your ass.
That happens.
Yeah, I don't usually. I mean, every now and then I get a pimple everywhere, but I got like one on one cheek and like 3 on the other cheek, and I'm like, okay, would you sit in a turd or something? Like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, you got a pizza ass.
I think I got it. It's not, and because my ass is completely covered in tattoos, you can't even see it. But in my mind, I don't even like. Katie's like, shut up! Like, you can't even see it. I'm like, no, I am a pizza ass. Like, that's how I've been treating myself.
Pizza the butt.
Because I couldn't believe it.
Pizza the butt.
Pizza butt. Ooh.
Pizza the butt. Spaceballs.
I couldn't. So I'm always touching it. I'm like, is it gone? I'm like, oh my God, what is that?
I can't leave an ass pimple alone.
Yeah. So I'm all about getting at it, and I can't really see him. So,
Did you have Katie pop it?
well, the first one she popped, and it got her in the eye.
Really?
Oh, ass pimple
Yeah,
juice?
do you even want to talk about that, Katie?
Fool me once.
Beef.
You're on your own.
You don't want to talk about how you popped a zit on my butt and it got you in the eye? Is that embarrassing?
That's what happened. It shot me directly in the eye.
How big was this pimple? That sounds like
It was
it's
a
got
good one.
some pressure.
It was so good that I said to Katie, hey, do you want a piece of this action? Because I'm not going to get the full satisfaction because I'm going to be ghost riding the zit because it's behind my back.
Yeah, Katie pops your back zits a lot, right?
Yeah, if I
But
get them.
a butt zit is a new.
She doesn't seem to be in it. Since we got like more married and shit, she's not as much of a fan of my anus as she used to be.
Marriage
Maybe
will
it's
do
the
that.
roids.
Yeah, marriage will do that to a woman.
Or the hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids will do that to a woman.
There it is. There it is. That's why. Well, I'm going to see him soon, the specialist.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that means I'll see a specialist, and then the specialist will tell me when he can do something, and then that'll be like a couple more months down the road. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am. It's kind of like stem cells when you get injured, because I did pop my knee, and my knee is a little bit injured, and I'm like, if I wasn't fighting, I would get stem cell now. I just know that I'm probably going to have to get it afterwards. Not a surgery. But I don't want to go to Mexico, and I don't want to get a needle shoved into my knee without any anesthesia. I don't like it. I know people, I think I look like I do. I took shit on some dude at the supermarket the other day because he tried to fucking tattoo bro me. And I misunderstood. Maybe I misunderstood it. Maybe I didn't, but I thought at first, when people make a remark about tattoos, like, oh, you must be in a hurry to get another one, or, you know what I mean, like some kind of, where I'm like, maybe you thought that was like a friendly way to approach me, but if you really thought about what you just said, I have every right to be like, fuck off. What are you talking about?
That's the worst part about having tattoos is it gives assholes in public an awkward icebreaker.
More so for women. I feel like for Katie and her friends, when dudes are like, oh, cool, and they'll like grab her arm. I'm like, if you fucking did that to me, you wouldn't. You don't do it to me.
Well, I've been at this self-checkout at Ralph's before, and I feel something touching me, and I look behind me, and someone's pulling the sleeve up for my shirt. Like, who sneaks up on strangers and starts peeling up their clothing?
It's like
I do that a lot with tramp stamps.
That's different. It's like patting people's dogs without asking. Like, what if he's not a friendly dog, you fucking crazy bastard?
What about if he gets up in my shit? Then I kind of have to do it, right?
Who gets up in your shit?
If your friendly dog gets up in my shit.
No, you don't.
Okay.
I honestly feel like if a dog like somehow gets off a lead and comes up to a guy, it depends on who you are, but even the whole putting your hand out there for him to sniff, usually you'd be okay, but you fucking some dogs that are like crazy dogs or dogs that are flinchy when they're on leads, and you do that, they'll be like, "Ah," like that was you fucking put something there for me to bite. That so I always like unless it's a dog by itself, and I'm like, man, there's a dog on the loose, I guess I'll risk it. But if it's your dog on a lead, I don't do that. Hey, and I just like I gotta wait for a little bit of a confirmation. Kind of like blowjobs in the steam room. Sorry, bad gay joke. We gotta have them. No one else has my material.
Yeah, nobody else is doing that.
Right.
That's your
and then I
lane.
went home and licked some badge. Even it up. I don't know.
So people will have lifted up your shirt.
Yeah.
That's strange to me.
Yeah,
Katie.
the sleeve. Yeah.
Nate, how many times have you had people grab your shit?
Nobody's grabbed me for a long time, actually. And I think that's partially because of the whole Me Too movement.
Okay.
But
it did happen.
It did happen. And I would get really angry because don't touch me.
Yeah. So the guy said to me yesterday something about how many, but you're in a hurry to get another one. And I was like, oh, cool, man. Did you write that down or did you make that up right now? Or some shit like that. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm actually getting my back worked on. And I'm just like,
Oh, no.
what the fuck was going on? And then I think I realized in the parking lot that he was a gay dude, but he was like a DL gay dude. So I think he might like know me on one of the gay apps or see me, and he was trying to break the ice at Whole Foods. And I shut him down for trying to do tattoo bro talk. But even if you're straight, I don't want to do tattoo bro talk, you know?
Yeah, if he leads with that, it was never going to work out between you two.
Yeah, like if I met Tommy Lee again and Tommy Lee was like changed his mind and just was really intrigued and wanted to have a conversation with me, and he started with a lot of tats, like probably get another one soon. I go, oh my God, you're a fucking full tard. Like, get me the fuck out of here. Because he wouldn't. Because that's like a weird, nervous, dumb thing to say, I feel like.
Well,
unless
Tommy
you're a guy
Lee-
to a girl. Sorry, Michael. A guy to a girl, I think it's 50-50 where they're using it as an icebreaker to fuck them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Ask them on a date.
I think a lot about that. Like, I think a good rule of thumb with are you flirting with somebody is would you say it to a guy? And I will definitely say stuff to female cashier types that I would not say. I'll compliment them on their hair or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if I don't necessarily like it, just if I can tell that they've got kind of an extreme thing that they obviously put some time and effort and thought into.
Yeah, okay. I would do that too. Like just to sort of, you feel like you're going to make their day a little bit better.
Yeah, yesterday I was at Best Buy and they just fucked up. It was supposed to be like an in-store pickup. You just go by and get it. And they couldn't release it to me and they were on the phone with corporate. They escalated it from level 2 to level 3 trying to, can you have this fucking printer?
Yeah.
In the end, spoiler alert, no, I could not have the printer that I had paid for that I was there to pick up. But in the meantime, the chick, I find it kind of interesting how like people I never would have expected have gotten into Nightmare Before Christmas. And this was this like fairly thugged out, like Latina kind of chick. And she had Jack Skellington.
I love those chicks.
Yeah. So I honestly, I didn't think it was like a great tattoo, but I was like, oh, I like your tattoo there because we were kind of just awkwardly waiting for corporate to give her the okay to give me the thing that I had fucking bought. And I would never do, if a guy had Jack Skellington, would I really be like, sweet, sick bro, Tim Burton? No. I can't speak for everyone in the room, but me personally, my balls, my scrotum is a bleeder. Some fighters are bleeders,
Wow.
and my boys are bleeders. That's
I'm glad
why
you're not speaking for everybody in the room.
I need to be very careful about what I use to do my manscaping.
Right.
And that's why I am so happy that we are sponsored by Manscaped. Kevin, I know you're a fan.
I am, yeah. You can speak for me. I was a bleeder. I have been a bleeder. And boy, is it scary and frightening and crappy. And it's nice to hold something that I actually don't feel like is going to mangle me. It feels safe. I like that it's got a little light on it so you see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Their ball deodorant is actually pretty awesome. It smells really good. And it's going to be a hot summer. You're definitely going to not want to have stinky balls.
Yeah. I figured out how to trim my eyebrows with it because they got different measurement things on there, and I got one where it's probably shorter than normal people, but it's just I like having like barely any eyebrows.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. And then obviously I have another one for taint regions and stuff like that.
Sure. I noticed your eyebrows smell like Kevin's balls. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Ellis at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Ellis at manscaped.com. Escape the shrubs and weeds this summer and shine with Manscaped.
Hey, everybody, talking about Keeps today. Jason Ellis here. Saw an ad for Keeps on my Instagram where a guy showed his hair before and then him after, and he took his beanie off. And I was like, wait a minute. You grew back a substantial amount. You might have been as bald as me. I don't know, but I want to talk to Keeps. How bad can you be and bounce back with Keeps?
I don't know, but you want to get it sooner than later.
It looks crazy. This guy got full hair back, Michael.
I don't know if you guys have been watching the NBA playoffs, but one of the breakout stars is Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. And Trae Young, if you listen to this podcast,
Obviously
you need Keeps, and you need it now. The
Oh.
sooner you act, the sooner you can. It's very important to have these beautiful, luscious locks of hair.
Yeah.
And when the entire opposing crowd is chanting, "You are bald," that means it's time. It's not too late, Trae Young.
He could.
If you are ready, Trae Young, to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/Ellis to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/Ellis to get your first month free. keeps.com/Ellis.
I like bigger, sisters.
You're making
with-
that clear.
with braids, and I like to compliment them on their braids. One, because I like their hair, and I wish I could have that hair.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I feel like sometimes when you look like me, sisters don't think that, tattooed outback would be down.
Right.
And I'm super down. And even if you're not interested, I just want you to know that, like, this cracker is fucking in.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. I told you guys not that long
I
ago.
don't know if that sounded flattering to the...
Yeah.
Sorry.
To any bigger ladies
To
of
anyone
color who
alive.
are listening to the podcast right now. I told you I was at like a little French market shop kind of thing, and a gay cashier guy complimented me to my wife.
Yeah.
And I found that incredibly flattering.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, he's like being polite about it, no, just in case you
Yeah.
had a little touch of the old homophobia.
Right.
Oh boy, would I fuck your husband's ass?
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Oh man, please say that. I think
Lady, I'll let you have all these baguettes for free if you let me blow your husband.
I'm sorry, but that is to me the most flattering thing I could ever think of. Katie, has that ever happened to us?
I don't think so.
Gay guy never just told you could he bone me? Eh.
He probably already knows he
I
can.
feel like at the Abbey, there's been a couple of instances where guys, you remember like those two the couple that were allegedly high on something within an hour of after we met them, and then Katie tells me after we're talking for a while, she goes, "I think he had drugs in his mouth when he kissed me," and I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" So he just had a crazy taste, and I thought, yeah, maybe he did do drugs and he kissed you, but I thought if you taste a little bit of drugs in someone's mouth, that's not going to get you high.
What, did that guy just like recently eat cocaine?
No, was it?
No,
That's what it tasted like. I swear.
But you were a little bit mollied out.
No,
though.
he gave me Molly in his mouth. It was weird.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I could taste the difference between cocaine and Molly.
No, I didn't know until I was driving home.
There you go.
Oh,
allegedly.
If you told me that you were going to give me a mouthful of cocaine and instead you gave me a mouthful of heroin, I probably don't notice the flavor difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you would if you were a junkie
Yeah,
and you
for
were
sure,
doing
yeah.
cocaine all the time.
Yeah.
Then you totally know.
I
But
would,
yeah,
I would.
Yeah, I
Personally-
would just go the same thing that I know. It's the taste of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Like every now and then my sleeping pill gets stuck and I fucking actually have to taste it.
Yeah.
And according to my brain, it tastes like coke, heroin, like
All
it
of
tastes
them.
like drugs.
Yeah.
I could easily tell the difference between the taste of cocaine and Molly.
Oh yeah?
Molly's super bitter.
And cocaine
Actually-
isn't?
No, cocaine has a very distinct taste. But then again, I'm thinking back because I'm like old school, so I know what ecstasy tastes.
We're not
like.
that old school. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're on a couch.
Oh, that is true.
Pretty laid back, just whatever happens. Fuck, I don't even need headphones, I just realized.
You don't. Makes no difference.
Doesn't mean anything to me. I can hear everybody fine because this is the future. It's podcasting. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Feel free.
Did you know 5-star ratings on iTunes are really good? And that I love everybody, but give or take, it could take it either way. It's no big deal to me.
At this point, they really need to get rid of the number stars rating system. Liking. That's great. You either like it or you don't like it. What sort of person gives a podcast a 3-star review?
Cocksucker, right?
All there is every podcast on earth has a 4.6 rating because almost all of their listeners give it a 5-star rating, and a small number of people with intense personal problems feel personally scorned by podcasts and give them 1-star reviews.
Right.
And it's the exact same proportion for everyone. Everybody has 95% cool listeners who, of course, give 5 stars without even thinking about it, and 5% people who go, this show's changed. I liked it better when fill in the blank 1 star.
Maybe we're getting that half a star taken away for headphones and a table.
Maybe. Although I
what
believe
about your slippers? Somebody could deduct a point for you wearing those.
It's possible.
Can you see his shoes on here when we're doing this show?
Not anymore.
Maybe that's why we don't have a perfect 5.
I'm just saying. It might be because I don't have any hair. I got zits again, man. I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's from training excessively because now I have sweaty people touching me a lot more.
I'm excited for you that you have ass pimples that you can actually pop. Mine are those really unsatisfying ones that feel like they should give, but nothing ever comes out.
I fucking hate that. You know what's the worst one?
You always get them in the exact same part of
face,
your ass.
And then you attack it, and you don't get no satisfaction pop, and you got a giant mark from attacking it. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not doing the show without headphones.
I know.
Somebody should cut that out, though, just for the lit viewer.
Welcome back to the past.
Right. Welcome back to the show.
Can we pay somebody to CG out our headphones
YouTube.
so we can still wear them?
You know, in Australia,
Also
it's
look
called
lit.
Max Cryo Freeze.
Yeah.
That's right, folks. Omax is offering our listeners 20% off a 1-month supply of Omax Cryo Freeze. I believe in this product. I have it slathered on my inner right knee as we speak, and it is working wonders. This discount also applies toward any product site-wide. Just go to omaxhealth.com today and enter code Ellis. That is omaxhealth.com and enter code Ellis to get 20% off Omax Cryo Freeze and site-wide. I'm speaking again for the room here.
Slather.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan. I use
I
it
don't slather, but everything else makes sense.
Well, yeah, because it's got a roll on, so it makes the slathering much easier.
Why you guys slathering stuff? I don't get it. It's
I like
roll
it.
On.
Slip.
You're rolling it, and then all of a sudden you guys got a slather? Where'd that come from?
I got pain, and I need a sloppy slathering.
Man, you go hard.
It does work quick.
Yep. You have pain that won't go away, then you qualify for Omax Cryo Freeze. Yeah. Simply roll it over where it hurts and ice out the pain. No messy creams or horrible fragrances like some of those other products. Cryo Freeze works within 5 minutes of application, improving physical training, recovery, and performance. So go to omaxhealth.com and enter code Ellis to get 20% off Cryo Freeze and site-wide. That's omaxhealth.com. Enter code Ellis to get 20% off and site-wide.
Max Cryo Freeze. Do you know people in Australia sometimes call it YouTube?
Tube?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you sometimes say tuna, right?
No, you do, and your mum does, but I don't. No, wait, I don't say that anymore. I've completely Americanized myself.
I've heard some tunas back in the day, but
nah, you coming at me with a full tuna?
Tuna.
Tuesday, mate. I'll see you on Tuesday. People say that.
Charlie Tuna.
It kind of reminds me of Sickler when he tells me stories about where he came from and their little words that aren't words. And I'm like, man, how'd you you do say that. And that's not even a word. You've just made your own little word. And then I realize how many Australia does that big time.
Yeah, luckily Kevin and I come from New Jersey, which, as everyone knows, speaks the Queen's English.
Yeah, nobody there talks funny.
Yeah, you guys are weird because it seems like you're white guys that are Italian.
There's definitely A decent amount of Guidos.
Yeah, I
and
just get it mixed up.
wannabe Guidos.
Well, there's a decent number of people who are not Italian American who also present as Italian Americans. When Z Cavaricci's caught on, they were not limited to the Italian kids.
Z Cavaricci?
Yeah.
Who's that?
They were pants that
kind of went up to like your titties,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay, now I'm back. Yeah, that era was right for Australia because we're late. I went to the prom or some sort of school thing, and my mum bought me gray slacks that were higher, and I had gray shoes that had zippers on the side. Like it was some kind of fashionable wear, and it was super. I was so glad that it was only one time, and then when I got a little bit older to buy my own shit, I was like, "Oh my god, Mum, I would never wear that." So it only one time do I have, and there's no photo. I didn't even take a photo of wherever I went, but that was the only time where I would look at it and go, "Oh," because all the other stuff, it was pretty bad, but it was my bad, so I didn't feel so bad about it. Like if I had a rat tail and I dyed it blue.
Oh, nice.
So I had like shaved around the side and then a rat tail in the back. And then my stepmom sent me footage of it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like it's bad, but it's awesomely bad. Like you fucking, what is that? Because it was almost like I'm tough. Rat tails are tough, but you dyed it blue. So now you're not tough. You made like and I braided it. And it was like a little braid, like it was about this long.
You put beads in it?
No, I think I just had a rubber band at the end of it. It wasn't that long. It was like really pathetic. But I was so pumped on it. Like when I saw it, I remember when the hairdresser did the thing and braided it. And I remember like just all day going, fuck, from behind I must look like such a sick cunt.
just feel more aerodynamic.
Yeah,
with this
I'm surprised.
tiny little hair turd hanging off of my
How
neck.
could it's a total hair turn? I don't understand why people are just stopping me on the streets going, mate, that is the sickest haircut ever. No, I didn't get it. And then I had the Tony Hawk bang in the front, like the blonde, where just one side it was long.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot happening in that haircut, which is, you can never really win, but just knowing that I was like, yeah, and then put some, make this long, and then shave this side, and then put a tail, and then dye it blue, and then braid. Like, go, good for you, Jace. You go.
Yeah.
You could almost make the argument that you didn't deserve your hair.
Oh, it's like that, huh? Okay. We're reversing the dynamic here. Okay, fair enough.
Okay. I mean, in all fairness, I visited my mom recently in Florida and went through all these old photo albums. I don't deserve my hair either.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it coming for sure.
I look like such a pussy for just about all my life.
Not now, though. You look pretty buff. Have you been slowing down on the workout? Because at one point, when you did take your shirt off, there was like this jacked thing that was starting to happen, and you don't look any bigger. So you're not lifting any heavy weights or anything? Are you working on your diet still?
I'm working on the diet, but
How is it going? Are you maintaining?
I've hit some roadblocks.
You sound like is that because you've seen your family and you've celebrated a few times?
It's because
A little bit.
And because you got a girlfriend, you guys are eating a bunch of fun shit together.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Like you mean going to restaurants?
Restaurants, trips, camping, Disney. So like all these opportunities to eat shitty food. I've been spending a lot of time with her, and I'm not going to be like, oh, hold on, babe, gotta do some push-ups.
It's easier to
Do you have to say it like that when you work out? I don't
She
know.
thinks he's related to Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
He's
whenever
got to
he
keep
works
it up, or
out.
else she'll leave him. My name is Kevin Reeves.
Is she going to be bummed out when she finds out that you're not a pro surfer and that you're actually working for the FBI?
If she stumbles upon this podcast, I'm fucked.
You are, for sure, right?
Yeah.
I'm not an FBI agent. But I love you a lot.
Babe, we gotta talk. Yeah, I still get it in when I can, but we've just been, shit's opening up again, so we've just been going on adventures, and I'm still in it. I'm still trying. I still eat my super healthy breakfast and stuff, and it's
For you, I understand, man. I feel like when the pandemic hit, you did less than all three of us, and I wasn't really a social butterfly anyway, and I like dinners, but it didn't break me. I got my kids Katie's always around. It wasn't hard. You did solo time by yourself where you didn't go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah.
So I get how you're like, fuck, I want to go out. Because I went to dinner with Katie yesterday, and I could take it. It was all right, but it wasn't like I'm spoiled. I didn't think, man, it's so great to be back out again. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Not that buzzed about it, but you also have. I feel like I have a fight coming in the next 4 months, maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
So when you have something like that, it's way easier to tuck it in. You know,
Yeah.
like when you order. But I have noticed. I went to a restaurant last night and I was like, okay, I can go the full fat route, medium fat route, full health. It's a fancy restaurant. So I remember thinking, I'll get the healthy bowl thing because it's a fancy restaurant and it'll probably still taste really good. It wasn't that good. I kind of fucked up. But it was definitely, I had a large meal, and I got full and I didn't have super fattening food. And I'm training so much now for that fight. That's why I think I've got butt zits. But I'm training this whole ground game thing. I have like a team of people that are helping me and really bashing me to the point where Mondays, I'm really happy that I don't have an MMA podcast to do on Mondays anymore, because Monday, I just lie here. I'm just like, text messages are like, my phone feels heavy. I'm so tired. Eddie Jackson, who is a very fit person who trains 2 to 3 times a day, showed up here on Sunday and was like, dude, I'm too sore from last Sunday to go hard today. Like, you know what I mean? I can just be here to like hold pads and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. He's way fitter than me. So that made me feel better about how hard a training sessions we're doing for this fight. Like Lewis, bless his heart, has even got us on I have now 2 options for Ellis Mania in Vegas. So it's fucking going to happen. And one of them is through Lewis. So fucking shout out to Lewis. And then the whole having Ultimate Fighter for Ellis Mania, where people from Ellis Fam and people from Skanks train to be. I love that whole idea. But I really feel like there's a few people that are good friends with him that couldn't think of anything better than me being biscuited by Lewis. And for that fear, I can admit it. I'm super scared of that happening. And
You should be.
I'm watching a bunch of Mike Tyson videos and stuff, but I realized that because at one point I was like, man, you're getting old, dude, if you're going to be that scared about having a fight with that dude. And then I was like, you need to be. Like, if you just, if you kick back, you're a different person. Like when I fight and I'm like, nobody, I mean, this ain't for all the marbles, versus my train of thought, this is for all the marbles. Like that person that shows up is 10 times better than the other guy.
Yeah.
So, and I know that I'm done. I know that I'm so sore and it's not like runner's high. Oh, I'm so excited about just gassing out and we're like ruining it. Like everything I've got left is completely tapped. Nah, I would like to have a nice meal with my wife and not train and you know, when I work out, have a light workout for 45 minutes and be sweaty, but not like, oh man, the next day I can barely move. I'll be good with saying goodbye to that after this. You know, every now and then you get heated and you do some stuff and you're sore the next day. No worries, I can do that. But all the time, like now I'm super sore and I'm like, you have to train super sore to get up to the next level because you're plateauing. You're like, man, I have to take a break. If you keep going, you can make your body tougher to just keep going. So you are going to lose badly, real bad, not even friendly at all, just full smashing. But I love you, and afterwards I'll buy you a bunch of alcohol. You can have it all. I will watch.
Speaking of ground game,
yeah,
a Russian woman reportedly killed her husband.
Good.
With her buttocks.
Smothered, suffocate.
Yes.
Was she a big person?
She says here, 224 pounds.
That'll do it.
She must have been not that tall because she looks fairly large in the photo.
And was it on purpose?
Well,
or did he not tap?
That's going to be for a judge to decide.
What?
So
you can't have a safe word if you're smothered in a giant anus. It's got to be a tap.
She's got a little bit of a Mama June thing going on, it looks like.
That's fair.
Oh.
That's fair.
You can tell that's an older large lady. So older large ladies not only have largeness, but also skin that is like water blankets. So there's just it'll just take the air. There'd be no gaps to find. That's a total skin lard smothering. You're being completely compressed in a lard blanket.
There's probably some skin tags in there too.
That would give you air. If you're on a patch of skin tags.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. He started it.
I feel like her buttocks smell like sauerkraut.
Oh no.
How do you do that? What is that? Is that an age thing or like a weight thing? How do you get to smell like sauerkraut if you don't eat it?
I think Russian people do eat things like
good
pickled.
point.
Yeah.
So
what happened was
he let her sit on his face. So
I
at
don't
one
know
point-
about that exactly.
Oh.
They were having some sort of drunken dispute.
Oh.
Yeah. And now the question is, was he maybe she I think just wanted him to calm down
Yeah.
and she didn't intend to kill him?
She was just smothering him to stop him from being physical with
A
her.
crime of ass passion. No, I don't.
Self-defense?
Well, no. I don't know. There's no specific allegation that he was roughing her up. I think he was just being drunk and out of control and irrational. A drunk dick, not necessarily a physically abusive person.
Yeah.
And she was just like, calm the fuck down. You need to calm down. You're not calming down. I'm going to put my gigantic ass in your face until you calm down.
Yeah.
And I think he still refused to calm down.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think...
No, that's probably because that part is when he was suffocating.
Right.
This all sounds like it was his fault.
Yeah.
Well, except for the bit where she's the one who put her gigantic ass on his face until he died from it.
He was kind of asking for it.
Was she naked?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Couldn't he turn his head to the side?
He also, if he was being that big of a drunken asshole,
Yeah.
may not have been fully in control of his faculties.
I mean, he's a big boy too.
Yeah, well, that be a lesson to you, everybody. If you're going to drink and get into some ass play, you both need to learn a little bit of martial arts because everyone knows the tap if you're in martial arts. You don't even have to say that you're actually fighting. If I just feel someone tap, I know I've got to let go or remove my anus from your face.
Or if he just threw her a really good tongue darting.
What about if I do
throes
that?
of ecstasy would have...
What about if I north-south Lewis
Mhm.
and put my anus over his mouth until he taps? Because then he'd have the gay too.
Yeah, right. Wow.
And my face would be in his crotch.
The double stigma of the permanent L on his
Like
record.
as
plus being a
he's slowly
homosexual.
suffocating and getting ready to tap from my anus, I'm doing that on his crotch.
You're headbutting his penis with your nose?
Yeah, to like, simulate that I would blow him.
Like a next level style bender humiliation.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty good idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about if I have a thing on the back of my shorts where I can rip it off and there's a hole there from my anus?
Yeah, you just do a Janet Jackson.
Like assless chaps. Yeah, a Janet Jackson assless chaps fighting shorts that are in the heat of battle. It just comes ripping off.
And you're going to want to have like a tasteful bejeweled butt plug in there in the same way that she had that thing
That's dangerous, dude.
concealing her nipple.
You go rolling around on the ground with a metal butt plug in your anus, that's not a good idea. But I do think
They'll
if
never
it's-
see it coming, though.
If it's Ellis Mania and in the main event, halfway through the fight, my anus is exposed, is that not what we are here for? Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
You got to be pretty sure that you got the win locked up at that point, obviously.
I mean, I don't. It's probably a bad look for me, but I'm once again, are you not entertained? Guy lost his anuses out.
It's true.
I mean, now it's make fun of Jason Day, but I think that's already
Yeah.
that's what we were trying to do in
That's
the
going
first
to
place.
probably happen anyway.
I'm just doing the gay shorts, rainbow shorts.
Yeah.
That expose into assless chaps. Just just trying to represent.
Oh, you should go into the ring with handfuls of glitter, throwing them everywhere on his fans while you're wearing rainbow shorts.
That's magical. What about if I dress as like a rainbow fairy?
Yeah. You should have a unicorn horn on your head as you enter the ring.
Oh, I'll come out as a unicorn. That is good. Wow, Michael.
Yeah, thank you.
What about my fight name? Changing it to like the rainbow unicorn, Ellis. Because I'm shark heart, you know what I mean? Because I've got the heart of a shark. But this one, what about if I'm Jason queer as fuck Ellis? That's not good. What about Jason the rainbow child?
Jason, the gay homosexual.
The gay homosexual assassin.
the gay homosexual pit bull, like the most played out name in fighting ever. The gay pit bull.
The homosexual hammer.
Oh, homo hammer, Alice. The homo hammer. I wonder if I can get rainbow gloves for the fight.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can get rainbow anything if you buy it this month.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? It's so weird. Everybody's logos are all rainbowed.
Yep.
UFC fighters have the option to have their name in rainbow writing or normal writing, but I feel like anybody who doesn't have the rainbow writing is a homophobe.
That's right.
Even though they're not.
No, I know.
So they're just like, yeah, I definitely want the rainbow in my name. I'm like, you probably don't, dude.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and the fact that every corporation that doesn't get as gay as possible for a month every year becomes demonized for it
man.
leads to all sorts of unintentional comedy.
Yeah.
Kevin, maybe you would know more about this than I would. A Harley Quinn animated series, clearly something more of an adult-oriented thing on HBO Max. Harley Quinn is the Joker's lady.
Yeah, I know her.
You're right.
I don't like that stuff.
When you say that stuff,
I don't like her movies,
I agree.
and I don't like.
I haven't seen them, but I know I don't.
I don't
them.
like everybody with Will Smith in her. I don't like her by herself, brokenhearted about the shit Joker. I don't like anything about Harley Quinn. I don't like the comic. I mean, and I refuse to say, oh, but I'd fuck her. On behalf of my dick, I don't like that fucking movie. I don't like her. I'm sticking to it.
What about the proverbial girl at the Halloween party?
Yeah, I don't like her too. She's basic as fuck.
But would you sleep with her?
That's not fair, Michael. That is totally unfair. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. What's better? That exact same basic B wearing whatever the hell she would ordinarily wear.
I got to make that t-shirt. That's so good. Basic B.
Whatever she would ordinarily wear to TGI Fridays on a Friday night while she's having an appetizer sampler. She's throwing it down. It's definitely
it's different, Michael.
Or
you don't fuck a lot of clowns. I do. So to me, fucking a clown lady is like not that weird to me.
Now, when you say you fuck
see
clowns,
yeah, all sorts. You name it, like and like just stupid people.
Right.
I've had sex with dumb people where I'm like, oh, or I've had sex with girls that dress like basic bitches and they've got makeup on, and I'm like, cool, yeah,
right.
But it's now I know the person that's like, I'm going as Harley Quinn.
Right.
I don't want to know her.
Right, but you'll still sleep with her.
Yeah.
Right. So here's my question. We all would. Don't worry about it. If I give you a choice between her on a standard Friday night in September or her at the Halloween party dressed as Harley Quinn? Exact same chick.
Oh, well, I'd way rather fuck her not as Harley Quinn. If I find out that the chick who isn't dressed as Harley Quinn once went to Halloween as Harley Quinn, I want to fuck her less.
Yeah.
So if she's just her and she's hot, I'd way rather have sex with that.
Than her as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, because you're telling me you're a basic bitch.
Right. Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to say basic.
I just like costume sex. I had fucking sex with an Irish dancer one time.
I know you.
Halloween.
Cool.
Yeah. That's my thing.
Yeah, because it's different.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 girls have DM'd me recently that are older, successful, and pretty, and they want to have sex with me.
Great.
Cool. That means you've made it.
Weird though, right? I mean, you know what? In the end, I think I explained like what I am exactly in my life, and they were like, "Oh," but they're not interested anymore.
Yeah.
But I still thought it was crazy. Someone was, they were like, "You're probably," the first person said, "You're probably not single You probably got a girlfriend or a wife anyway, but you're super hot. And I was like, thanks. Yep, got them all. And you know what I mean? And this and that as well. You got to add those on there because it's still a possibility, you know? You could still bone me if you want, but you're not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not dating you.
I got a wife and a girlfriend, but come on in. The water's just fine.
And a boyfriend. Don't forget that.
Right.
Yeah. So it usually throws them off. But just the fact that what I would call upper class successful women are, you know, because I see myself as a bit of a mongrel. So when somebody of that stature is interested, I'm like, wow, what triggered that?
Very flattering.
Yeah, that's especially when you get older and your face is coming off. It's like, what is the bit that you liked about me? You know, you're just up there with one's in New York and does like exercise videos and health and fitness stuff. And I think she's around my age, which is also, no one my age ever hits on me. Older ladies think that I look like a child. So that's like, why would I bother with that? But I was like, wow, really? And then that other famous TV lady what ethnicity is she? I don't know. But she's super rich and on a Beverly Hills TV show. And she's interested. I'm like, really? You don't, it's odd. And like you were saying before about that other thing, if a gay guy says something nice to your wife about you, it's very flattering to me. I don't care if anything happens. I'm like, oh shit. Cool.
Yeah. I'll take compliments wherever I can get them.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But that's a first.
I'll come back to Harley Quinn, but speaking of having lots of boyfriends and girlfriends, etc., the head of what is believed to be the world's largest family has passed away, leaving behind 94 children, 33 grandchildren, and 39 wives.
Think about how many diapers and how much poo has come out of all of them into the ground. Like what a dumpster of destruction.
It's so funny. I always think about that when I'm staying in Las Vegas.
Like your cum has polluted the world. You've put a dent.
Yeah, just how much poop is in the pipes here right now.
And did any of those kids like doctors? Did they anybody free anybody?
Well,
or
so
they
this
just all just doing shits and going to McDonald's.
They all live together.
Okay, they're definitely just doing shits.
One 100-room, 4-story mansion in a remote village in India. Yeah. And this is very remote to where this guy has 2 names, but it's actually very common there for people to even go by one name. It's way the hell out there and culturally.
That's why I want to change my name to Jason Ellis Bobby Schmurda.
Right. Because nobody's got 4.
Right.
Right.
And people will love Bobby Schmurda.
Yeah, and most people don't make their third name also another first name.
Yeah, which should get us out there, Michael. We should all do that. What were you again? If we were going to do this show differently, you were going to be another person.
Brad Pitt or Robert De Niro.
Yeah. And you were Wendy
Dick
Williams.
Les Claypool.
Les Claypool could be tough.
No, Dick Les Claypool.
Yeah, still tough. You can have no penis in it as well. It's still going to be. I don't know if the kids. Do the kids know Les Claypool?
Oh yeah. The kids have forgotten about Slash, as we've established not that long ago. But Primus is forever.
That's a t-shirt as well that no one's wearing.
It's really odd. Okay, 2 things on this. First of all,
who would you rather be in a submarine with? Slash
not Les
or
Claypool.
Les Claypool? Oh, really? I'm saying running the submarine. I'm not saying would I want to be in a submarine listening to that fucking bass over and over again? No.
They're the captain of the submarine?
Yeah, and we're going to, you know what I mean, and we're under attack.
Okay.
Pop quiz.
Well,
I'm
pretty sure Les Claypool owns the hat to be the captain of a submarine, so he's sort of lined himself up for the job better than Slash's
hat wouldn't even go. That'd come off constantly.
Yeah, he'd be slamming his head in shit left and right.
Right.
It wouldn't
fit in any of the.
Shock me if Les Claypool knew how to tie crazy knots and shit like that.
See?
Whereas
he probably already took submarine lessons.
Right. Slash is among the most useless human beings who's ever lived. I say this as
I think
love.
if I was in a hotel room and I needed to know cool hotel room tidbits,
right.
Slash is the guy.
Like how to game a room service menu.
Yeah. All that stuff. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Les Claypool is 100 leagues under DC as we speak.
Right.
I mean, he's a fisherman at
heart. He might be fucking amphibious for all I know.
He could be a whale man.
Yeah. So this guy inherited this polygamous cult from his dad.
Oh, he gets to keep.
Well, he's dead now, which to me implies that it can be, a battle to the death among his children for who takes this over and then gets to marry a bunch of their siblings? How does this work?
Wait, why do they have to all die for one to rule?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if he designated an heir. So he got this from his dad. I don't know how many siblings he had, but I'm guessing his dad had a bunch of children himself. It was already a polygamous cult when his dad died.
Oh my God.
So
Michael?
was he the oldest one?
Wait, are they all fucking each other's sisters in there?
I don't know.
That's like a house of gerbils. I told you about that house of gerbils I had once when I was like doing a lot of coke in somebody's house, and they ate each other. Mm-hmm. So they were like fully fucking each other's brothers and sisters and eating each other. And everybody was related by the end.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that house is like, huh?
Yeah. You eat your own brother.
You know what we should do? We should drop crocodiles into that house.
Into the, whatever the hell the name of this.
Yeah, and then let them sort it out. Maybe spray paint God on the crocodiles.
Now, they say that it's a little bit of a tourist attraction. They had to build a second.
Everybody comes to watch the ancestral house of fucks.
Yeah.
And then like, hey, I'm fucking my sister. How's it going?
That's exactly what happens.
He is.
That's precisely what happens.
And I fucked my dad last night. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
How many of them are deformed? I don't know if that's the hand signs for deformed, but because if you have sex with your brother a lot and you have babies with your brother, isn't that supposed to like
inbreeding would seem to increase your genetic odds of creating malformed children? Right. No, I don't know.
So far, so good.
I don't know that there is inbreeding going on there. I just can't see how there wouldn't be.
Wait, he just has sex with his wives only. Mm-hmm. And all the kids are just taken care of by all the wives.
Right. But as I said, he has children and grandchildren. He even left behind, well, he's dead now, one great-grandchild, which is to say...
And they all live there.
The children all live there, so and they're all grown-ups. So if they're all living there, who else would they be dating?
Yeah. Okay. So
than people that they're half siblings
So the
with.
person that becomes the owner, he doesn't fuck everybody's wives because one of them's his mum.
Right.
So
but does he kick everybody out and just start a fresh
Well, they're all
colony?
because they're all relatives. That's all his nephews and brothers.
Right. But what happened
And
when this guy?
stepmoms.
But what happened when this guy took over initially? What was it? Wasn't it the exact same thing then?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. This is the second generation of this. So the
He
dad.
probably fucks his dad's mums except for the one that's actually his mum.
Well, the article says it's a polygamous Christian religious sect with 4,000 members. So they could be porking those other members.
Okay. Okay, well, hopefully, sounds like there's a lot of tang to go around. You don't have to.
Yeah, there was
Fuck a
181
relative.
members of his family out of 4,000.
Oh, okay. Look, if they like that and they're having fun and, I don't know, it's family, they're all around and hopefully they're not like fucking on top of each other or anything. No harm, no foul, you know? I mean, we're all related in one way or another. So really, in one group, one way or another, we're all, you know what I mean, hanging out, fucking each other.
That's right. All sex is incest when you really think about it.
I mean, we all came from Adam and Eve. So there you go. We're all fucking each other's brothers.
Okay, back to the Harley Quinn thing. The reason why I brought her up is because there is this HBO Max animated Batman series, or I don't know if it's a Harley Quinn series. What's the difference, really? And the creators have revealed that DC Comics made them remove a scene in which Batman performed oral sex on Harley Quinn.
For a movie.
TV series.
For a TV series.
On
Is it
HBO
a
Max.
cartoon?
Cartoon,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, does she suck him off in it?
I don't know that they showed that, but you wouldn't see, it's not porn, so it's not like you would see a 15-minute sex scene.
Yeah.
Just because somebody performs one act, you can't tell what may or may not have happened before.
I mean,
after that.
for me, Michael, when I know that people get banned, their accounts get banned on Instagram for showing cleavage or some too much ass or something, and then HBO can put on, I don't give a fuck if it's a cartoon. You don't have to show the dick, but if you get across that you are blowing her in a movie, it doesn't offend me, but then everybody should be allowed to put their tits on Instagram if you can have Batman eat pussy in a movie.
Well, a couple things. There's plenty of movies where people are implied to be performing oral sex on one another, so it's not like you can't do that in a movie.
Yeah, but it's an R-rated movie.
Yeah,
it's HBO.
This is HBO Max. This is aimed at adults.
Yeah, but it's Batman.
Right.
It's not the same.
The only
Batman
reason-
has shown his dick in a comic before.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, is this like an old before?
No, this is fairly recent. They have DC Black Label where they can get obviously a little bit more frisky.
Yeah.
And it was
Didn't know anybody would want.
It was
to get
so
frisky.
unnecessary. It wasn't like
It doesn't sound like a big hit because if I didn't know that sounds like because you're hardcore, but not a lot of people could care less.
It
right?
made headlines and stuff. It was clearly just a publicity stunt because it was something like Batman had just battled the Joker and he just made it back to the Batcave and he was like stripping off all of his costume when he got back to the cave so he could get treated by Alfred. And one panel is just like his swinging dick. There's like, yeah, you didn't need to do that. You made the conscious effort to draw a Batman penis so there would be headlines be like, "There's Bat dick."
For me, Batman has always been like a kid's show. So if I've seen Batman make out with everybody in the movies, but he could have stayed the night or he could have taken somebody back to his mansion, but just showing the actual act seems...
And it's a comedy show, so it would
seems unnecessary. Like, why are you trying to do that?
It most likely wouldn't have been presented in a horny manner. It probably would have just been a silly thing.
How could it be silly to fucking lick for Batman to eat pussy?
Like, so that's where I left my batarang.
Like if there's just a scene where Harley's sitting on a couch like this and Batman's eating her pussy and she's like smoking a cigar or something and like ashing it on his head, like, I don't know, something disrespectful like that to make it funny.
That doesn't take away from the fact that Batman's eating pussy.
I know, but I've never seen this show before, so I don't know what its style is. But if they're going for like a Deadpool brand of humor,
look, dude, it's Batman. So now you're trying to be Deadpool. It's like I said, if Deadpool gets someone eats pussy in Deadpool, I'm not flinch. Batman flinches me because it's Batman, and I feel like I grew up I'm only a movie Batman, so I know Warner Brothers Batman. You know, I'm like, he's a kid's idol, and now he's eating pussy but it's HBO, it's a cartoon, and if it was anybody else, it was any other movie, any other show, even if it wasn't a cartoon, I wouldn't care at all. But I'm like, whoa, Batman ate pussy? That's harsh.
As a comic book fan and somebody who also likes dirty jokes and horny stuff, it seems unnecessary. I feel like DC made the right call.
Let me ask you something. Did you buy the DC Black, you called it, where Batman's dick was in it?
Yeah, it's Batman Damned #1. And when they did second printings, it was censored. So they just put shadow over it.
But did you buy it because you knew it was going to be banned and you'd have a collector's edition? Or did you buy it because you really need to see his dick?
No, in all honesty, if he didn't show his dick, I probably would have bought that book because it was like one of the first, if not the first, of the DC Black line where it was like in big magazine form. And I really like the artist too. So I would have read that book regardless.
Okay, but when you bought it, did you read it in order until you got to the dick, or did you flip to find the dick first?
Good question.
You know, I wouldn't lie to you, and I really did read it in order.
All right. He's straight.
But I lingered.
Checks out.
I lingered.
Of course you did. You see Batman's dick, you take a good long stare. When will you ever get that chance again?
Hey, he's got a solid hog. I'll give it to Batman.
I kind of assumed.
Yeah.
Speaking
It
of
would
famous...
be funny if they drew just this little Tic Tac dick.
Just like these humongous hanging balls. Speaking of hanging genitalia, 3 generations of Smith ladies got their vaginas steamed on their YouTube TV show.
I heard that doesn't do anything.
No, just steams your vagina.
Yeah.
Right. But I'd steam my balls, so why not?
I feel like for them to sit there and do it for a show, it's different. Like, do I think they personally all steam their vaginas together on the daily? No.
Yeah.
They did it for the show, right?
I think they wanted to try it out. Now, I haven't seen the show. I don't know if they were doing it because one of them does it habitually and wanted to share it with the group or something. It's based on the article that I read, comes across as more of this is a thing that's out there. Let's try it. And they put their secret blend of herbs and spices in the water
Oh no.
because you got to have
I had a
just the
friend
right-
that did it. She said it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
What is it supposed to do? What's the end result?
Tighten it and give it more moisture.
Revagination.
Yeah, that's. I remember I talked to Sex and Violence podcast, fucking UFC fighter
Ashley Evans Smith.
Ashley Evans Smith. Thank you, Katie. She got, is it injections?
Yeah, she got the G shot.
Yeah, which makes
G-shot.
Yeah, makes your pussy tight and juicy.
Cool.
Wow.
True, it like actually works.
Really?
She found her pussy to be tighter and more juicy.
Does it work on male genitals?
Why would you want?
My dick's getting a little loose.
You want it to be juicy?
I want to
Yeah.
You
tighten
want it
up
to,
and
like-
juicify my
Yeah.
You want it
sack.
to like leak?
I want some tight dick.
Ew.
Is that what she meant by juicy? Is that it leaks?
No, that it's wetter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have wetter orgasms.
Ew.
Got a dry dick hole?
Why not?
You get a shot so that your dick oozes when you're fucking.
It already
Man,
does,
I would
man.
get a shot to. Oh God, I gotta get out of
Everybody
here.
does. Okay. So they gave a shout out, Jada and her mom and whatever little Smith is called, Willow. They gave a shout out to Gwyneth Paltrow because she has popularized the
Yeah.
vagina steaming thing. And you
Wasting
know
your
what?
money.
I actually kind of like the way Jada spoke about it because she obviously was aware that this was something that was going to attract attention and people were going to grab the little snippet and spread it on the internet. And I don't know that she necessarily claimed that it really does anything, but she said for all of the attention that these potty mouth hip hop artists draw to attention, that you can do this with your wet ass pussy and you can do that with your wet ass pussy. How can it be crazy for somebody to do something that glorifies the vagina?
Yeah.
You know, you can do stupid shit with and involving vaginas if it's in a disrespectful manner. Why can't you do stupid shit with your vagina in a respectful manner?
Who's arguing that she can't?
Well, I think some people are going to point out that's a dumb thing that you're doing and it doesn't actually accomplish anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I keep thinking from my perspective where you're an entertainer and you're like, hey, we should all steam our pussies on the show because we have to do this many shows a year and
Right.
fucking.
What do you want to do this
Yeah,
Tuesday?
yeah, like as a guy that has to come up with things to do on the show, if I had a pussy, we would have already steamed him for sure.
yeah.
And
But
I already knew what I knew for sure. I've got hippie friends that not only have their own bullshit stories, but they said, yeah, that didn't work. And I kind of was invited and there were other girls there, so I went along with it. But cat's out of the bag on that one.
I'm
You're
with
just
you.
sitting
I
on
would
some
have.
steam.
I would have steamed my pussy with you guys.
Right? I mean, I would rather steam my pussy than get shot in the taint with a bug assault.
Yeah, or put my ball sack in hot sauce again.
Yeah. Yeah, steaming. Did they steam anuses?
yes,
Get the wrinkles
Because we
out.
have those.
right.
I don't
Can you
think
make my anus tighter and juicier?
Yeah. Wait.
Hot diggity dog.
Yeah. I feel like my anus is going to be tight and juicier soon anyway because it's going to have hemorrhoids cut out of it.
Hey, let me ask you something. So it's illegal technically to go and pay somebody to give you a hand job, right? To masturbate you to completion, right? But it's not illegal for women to get waxing in the pubic area. And I'm sure there are men who go and get trimmed and waxed in the pubic area. Is
Yeah.
there somebody who does a real, like a facial, but for your dick?
You mean like steam your dick and like like shave it and shit?
Like put putty on it?
Anything that you can do to beautify and moisturize and just give it a little TLC. But they're not making you hard.
Oh yeah, they are. You're like playing with my penis?
Mhm.
That's going to trigger something.
Is it illegal for somebody to beautify your penis?
Dude, if you dudes get wax jobs
Yeah.
and girls get wax jobs, and that is prettying up your crotch region.
Right.
And for sure, when they do it a certain way, they have to put their hand on it to fucking pull stuff.
Right.
Katie, when you get waxed, does a girl ever touch your actual vagina?
Of course.
So yeah, it happens already.
But I'm talking about actually working the shaft with
Now you're-
moisturizer.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Deep cleaning.
Wait, so you pay somebody to moisturize your penis?
Deep cleaning,
Spit
everything,
shine.
everything that whatever the fuck they're doing during facials, microdermabrasion. I don't know.
I mean, you just want to do this bit. If you start jerking a dick off, doesn't matter how many times you've steamed it. You're jerking it off.
I don't see any reason why they don't have to jerk off your face to give you a facial.
Right. So they would. So if you would then they wash it and stuff.
Yeah. Wax on,
they
wax off.
They already do that.
The dick?
Yeah.
The shaft?
Yeah.
Who? Where?
Dude, people get their shaft waxed.
This is what I'm asking. Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. I mean, if you get waxed and you have hair on stuff, then wherever you've seen your hair, then yeah, that's when they wax it. That's where.
Well.
So that means tons of dudes. There's a waxing place that I never went to, but I was gonna. But in Boys Town, where there's no way that even one woman goes in there.
Oh yeah, sure.
So everybody's getting waxed in a way where they don't want any hair on their dick. So yeah, you're the person working there is for sure grabbing your dick. How else do they get the hair off? How do you pull a hair off without holding onto the thing you're pulling the hair off? So yeah, I never really realized it until right now. But yeah, there's dudes that for sure hold onto a dick and then do this and then rub stuff on it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's fully happening.
It's too late for Father's Day this year, but if my wife is watching the podcast, rate, review, subscribe, and get me that next year.
There you go.
Monkey prostitutes.
Well, the streets are very, very tough, aren't they? Because that hurt. You're saying monkeys are prostituting themselves to other monkeys?
Yes.
Okay. I can live with that. And they're saying, like, if you get me a banana, you can fuck me kind of thing? Like they're doing trade-offs?
Yes.
Because they don't have cash.
They did a little experiment where they taught a bunch of monkeys to value little coins that they could exchange for marshmallows and shit like that. And
man, that must be a fun life to be that monkey.
And almost instantly, female monkeys started prostituting themselves.
So it's just a natural thing.
Yeah.
So why are we not letting it happen?
Yeah, pretty much.
But then I guess you could say monkeys probably murder each other too.
I don't know that. Yeah, I think we are supposed to be better than monkeys.
Yeah.
But it's a more serious conversation. But the most of the negative stuff that I think is associated with prostitution, just like with illegal drugs, so much of the bad shit comes from the fact that it's illegal, not from the selling of the good or the service.
Not to
itself.
mention all the STD, everything. If it was just a business, and the girls and boys that work there had to be tested and cleaned and whatnot, or you don't have a job there.
Come on down to McButtholes.
There's in Australia, once again, probably doesn't work because we're different people, but there's places there, the Daily Planet. And the Daily Planet was a big building, had a big globe on the side, big neon lights, Daily Planet. And everybody knew what the Daily Planet was. It was a whorehouse. Yes, that too. Yeah, so, and everybody didn't do anything to anybody. Seemed like everybody that worked there also wanted to work there and wasn't just doing it to like support their heroin addiction.
It's weird how many things are illegal that common sense just dictates it shouldn't be. Like weed, why is I know it's getting better in America, but how has everybody else also gotten it wrong?
You mean that other countries have also made marijuana illegal?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a pretty crazy hive mind when it comes to a lot of the laws that were in place when we grew up that I didn't question why. That's a perfect example. Why is weed not just illegal here, but everywhere? Because we were all taught that marijuana was bad and it was a gateway drug. But when you see that was ludicrous the entire time, it does make you think that there's these crazy puppet masters pulling the strings from above.
Yeah. Like so few countries have legalized prostitution.
Right. Like the French people were just like, yeah, why should women have to wear tops at the beach? They have beautiful bodies. And if they care to sun their breasts, who is it hurting? But yes, hash. Death to people who smoke hash.
Isn't there Middle Eastern countries where you can smoke hash?
Could be.
And then you can't drink?
I could see that being the case.
And aren't they like a giant population of the globe? Like as much as Western civilization?
I don't know about that. I don't think that hash is illegal across the Middle East. And even if it was, that would be, I don't know, 10, 15% of the world's population. Marijuana was illegal, I would say.
Is alcohol illegal in any country?
There's a couple of, I think, really conservative ones, yeah.
Like Muslim countries?
Is Saudi Arabia, is alcohol illegal there?
Isn't that a weird thing
I
where
don't know.
it's kind of, it is, but if you're a tourist, it's not? Like
Right.
the hotel has it.
Yeah.
Like a girl can not wear, she has to wear long dress, but if she's in the hotel, she doesn't or something.
Yeah, it's like cash is king. We have these
Yeah.
really hardcore rules, but if tourism is involved, then these deeply held principles that we can bend the rules on that.
Yeah. Yeah. If we're talking millions of dollars, then come on in.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a partial list. I don't know how recent this is, but to give you some idea, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, in certain parts of India, Iran, Kuwait, Libya, Saudi Arabia. You're talking about Muslim nations
Yeah.
by and large.
It's
Not so much India, but yeah.
It's not that. It's funny because you're like, whoa, imagine that. And I'm like, what do you mean imagine that? You've been living in a world where they made marijuana illegal your whole existence. It's like that. And don't get me wrong, I would love to have a drink. But what the damage is between each one, the Muslims might have got it right. I mean, you shouldn't ban
Yeah.
either one.
Right.
Because
They're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, but think about how much damage alcohol has done versus what marijuana has done. Like if we were, I mean, I guess we're not the kind of, if you ban it, we'd still be doing it. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man, if you made it really crazy, like in Muslim countries, you must get really fucked over for drinking. Must be heavy, I would assume, heavy consequences. So if they did that here, then a lot of you wouldn't do it. And if you didn't do it, you probably, how could you be an alcoholic if you couldn't get alcohol?
Right. It's not clear to me during Prohibition in America just how hard it was to get alcohol.
I know, right? Was
how-
it just easy to go out and find the bar and get drunk and nobody was the wiser? Or
Right.
was it like you had to really know somebody to get a drink?
I don't know if you had to be a hardcore gangster.
I definitely think it would have been harder to get a drink if you were younger,
Yeah.
right?
Underage people, right? Yeah.
So that would have been off the table for people around that era.
Yeah. And I also think a lot of people did resort to making their own or buying some shady shit
Right.
that, moonshine stuff.
Yeah,
And I know
yeah.
that moonshine's gotten a bad rap because all you need to do is kill a couple people with it, and all of a sudden everyone thinks moonshine is bad. There are plenty of people who prefer moonshine. Moonshine's had its whole
It's so popular for the
hipster
hipsters. Yeah.
renaissance. Exactly. Right.
There's like a couple of brands that
Yeah.
do well.
Right. Final piece of news I wanted to touch on. Did you see the Australian man who found a razor sharp knife inside his Subway tuna sandwich?
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? The whole
The
knife?
whole knife.
Was it a sandwich knife?
Yeah.
Oh,
A bread cut. But still,
so the guy that made the sandwich accidentally left the sandwich in the knife.
accidentally left the knife inside the sandwich.
Oh, yeah. So,
Right.
I mean, that is not that crazy for me to believe because you're working at Subway. Like, isn't that not the
When they-
first? That's like one of the number one dummy jobs you can get. Like, if you're just starting and you don't really know anything, you can get a job at Subway, right?
Yes.
Right. So if you get a job at Subway, you're probably not. I would say most people that work at Subway are not thinking, man, wait till I become the manager of this Subway and then everyone will see that I truly rule. I don't think anyone is aspiring that much to do that. So he's probably like not really concentrating or enjoying his day. They don't pay him much, Michael. He probably got a really sad bus to Subway where like some old man farted on his leg or something and some chick said that he was ugly and spat on him or something. There's a lot of stuff in his day that made him not be that focused on your stupid little Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
So I don't even like being here. You know what? My hands feel weird from having these plastic bags over my fingers all the time.
A supervillain
My
origin,
boss is a cunt.
origin story isn't all that different from the average Subway employee's trip to work every day.
At this point for Netflix, if you want to do a movie on a story on a guy that made a sandwich with a knife in the Subway because he had a bad morning, I'll watch it.
I just don't understand. The knife is the better part of a foot long. How do
You're
you
saying the knife is a tastier meal than the sandwich itself.
No, I'm saying, how do you cut a sandwich in half and not hit the knife inside of it?
He forgot to cut it in half for sure.
A lot of people have seen this guy's video on TikTok. He's a 22-year-old Melbourne man, and said
mate.
there's a lawsuit there for sure. But in true Australian Crocodile Dundee fashion, he just says he's happy because now it's his best knife.
Yeah. It is cool to have a Subway knife at your house.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I want from Subway, actually.
One of their blades?
Yeah. And and I wash it so it doesn't smell like Subway.
Leave it out
That
back for a week.
That shit sucks.
That stench will. It can get into metal.
Yeah,
I'm
that
told.
bread reeks.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Weird how Subway works in Australia, though.
Crazy.
I would have thought Quiznos had it. You guys fucked up.
Yeah, I agree. They're the exact same shitty sandwich, but
You toasted it.
the toasted bread makes it better.
Such a better idea. Everybody knows toasted is better.
Every
You have
single
the
time.
option to not have it toasted as well. Fucking done deal. You guys are done. Done. No. People want turd loaf instead. We're not doing Subway ads. We're all right.
Not yet.
Yeah. Ah, fuck. No, they're great.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I might love Subway.
I know, right?
Give me time to figure that out.
I have. It's not because I haven't had one. That's my problem. I told you I had Taco Bell with my son the other day, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's that for you?
I was stoked to bro down with my son. But yeah, it was kind of fun for a second. But by the end of the first taco, I was like, whew.
What'd you get? You get a chalupa, gordita?
No, I just got, because I said I just got whatever my son ordered. I said just make it 2 of those. So I think I got 2 meat-orientated tacos of sort. They just seemed like meat tacos with cheese and lettuce in them.
Okay. So
With
just a
with
regular
meat that didn't seem like it was very meaty, but whatever. The bread, it's sugary flour, so it's. I love sugar, man. So I can't really. I was like, oh, okay, and then it's Kraft single in it. I remember those days of being okay with it, but I could tell by even halfway through eating that taco, I was like, oh, yeah, this is. I'm gonna feel. I don't feel that good. My stomach's gonna be a little upset, and I'm not gonna have the most energy for the next couple of hours from this.
Taco Bell is still doing the slice of Kraft single cheese in their tacos?
No, I'm just saying
okay.
the shredded cheese is, to me, it's
it
shredded
is. It is.
Kraft singles.
Because Jack in the Box, which is a chain out here, it's not national. They full on do a slice of American cheese in their tacos.
Oh, wow.
Ew.
They didn't even get the shredder
It's like,
out.
fuck you, Mexico.
I know, right? Just put a burger patty
your
in there as
tacos
well.
is mine's is.
Just put an actual burger patty with the onion and tomato and lettuce
know.
on it. Shove it in there. Hell yeah.
Man, I haven't been to Taco Bell in a long time. If I did, I would just want to have all of the things put together. Like, just give me a taco wrapped inside a burrito, inside a chimichanga, fried like a churro.
We should do that and then see who can do the biggest shit. Tune in next week, you guys, where we eat. What about one of each from every fast food restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And we have one of each from every fast food restaurant, and the last person to shit is the winner.
We have to hold it in.
Yeah.
I liked the idea of
The first one where we
competing
just.
head to head to see who could produce the largest amount of feces.
All right, let's go back to that. We'll eat. What about if we have one of everything from all fast food restaurants and we get to eat it at our leisure, and then when it's time, we all go to wherever it is and we shit in a bucket that goes on a scale, and the heaviest shit is the winner. Sponsored by every fast food chain in America.
Yes, sounds great. Rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah,
Plenty
don't
more-
forget to review the shitting episode.
Plenty more where this came from on
Yeah,
Patreon.
wow, these kids are fresh, man, I tell you. No, we're not into that. Who do you think would take the biggest shit now that we've gone down this road?
Who? I don't know. Don't bigger people have bigger poops?
Do they?
That's what I was thinking.
I would assume so.
Sometimes kids take large shits.
That is true.
My cat, the skinny one, takes huge shits sometimes. I'm like, maybe skinny people get all the stuff they had out better. Because that's the thing. Sure, big fat people put more stuff in, but we're talking about the shit that you take after you eat all that fast food, how much stays in there and how much goes straight through you depending on your diet. You know, like you might find if you don't eat fast food at all, the whole meal might just easily just nugget up and shoot out.
I mean, it's a crapshoot.
How would we know? There's only
done,
one
Cameron.
way to tell. Yeah, good for you. Bang yourself, you dickhead. Yeah. Excuse me.
The internet does not seem to know if bigger people take bigger poops.
See, there's only one way to get to the bottom of it.
Yep, all three of us must shit in a bucket.
No, but we also have to have two special guests. One incredibly small person and one really, really big person.
Right.
Just to make sure that one's put to the test.
With like 16 hours to kill.
What about if we feed a
For that to go
horse
through
fast
them.
food and then we feed a mouse fast food and we see who takes the biggest shit?
In the service of science.
My money's on the horse.
Yeah. Do you think a horse would eat McDonald's?
Yeah.
No, right? Don't they just eat grass and occasionally apples?
Yeah. Yeah, they're vegetarians.
I think if you put it under their face, they'd be like, what is this new mysterious thing? And
Wait
they'd
a
eat
minute.
it.
If you are just a vegetarian and you're that big and muscly, how do you get protein?
I've asked this question so many times. I asked on one of our shows, I don't know if it was on this or on Patreon, about the fucking Brontosaurus.
Same with gorillas.
Yeah.
But Brontosaurus is a better one too.
It's a lot of leaves you got to eat.
Protein in vegetables.
So animals that are vegetarians, like dumb question, if you put meat in front of them, they would just never, ever, ever eat it until they were starving to death? Or they just
They won't eat it.
weren't adapted to eat it?
I don't know.
Probably won't eat it.
Cooked meat might disguise it because they just don't hunt down animals and eat them. But if you presented them like a prepared and cooked patty, you might trick them.
But I don't want to just trick them. I'm sure you could wrap it in enough grass that it would accidentally eat a bite.
Yeah.
If you gave a horse a patty, would it eat it? And if so, if you gave it another patty the next day, would it eat it the second time?
Yeah.
There's a difference in between what you seek and what you're willing to eat when it's presented to you.
Could it be just like every now and then you got a weird horse that likes to eat meat?
Probably.
Because I know that I got a dog that eats vegetables,
Right.
but none of the other dogs eat vegetables.
No.
But she does.
Right.
She eats broccoli and shit.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah.
But
So maybe
clearly-
there's just a horse out there that's like, ribs. I don't know. But they're not supposed to eat it. Gorillas definitely wouldn't eat it.
Definitely would not.
Nah. And they're shredded. They're like, they have veins in their arms and they're
Yeah.
like 10 times stronger than us.
Mhm.
Well, what gives?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the protein? And like the seed, you don't even,
Yeah.
what are you getting?
Why are we not eating grass?
Yeah, because it tastes like shit. But also, eating raw meat, we used to do that and we can't do that now.
It's pretty terrible.
But we used to.
You
Before we knew how to cook, we
That's
used
right.
to eat it raw.
Right. I mean, you could if you wanted to. It would just take you all day.
But doesn't it make you throw it up?
Does it?
I think so.
I thought it just took forever to chew. That's why we stopped doing that. Plus, it doesn't taste as good.
I don't know if you ask. I think we throw it up.
Really? What about, isn't jerky, it's not cooked meat?
Yeah, but it's dissolvable. Like it's not. It's like your stomach can burn it up. I think there's something about raw meat that your body can't break it down.
I don't know about that because you can order. I have ordered one time because I thought I was being fancy and it was just a really stupid thing to do. I ordered a steak in Las Vegas, black blue.
Yeah.
And it was one of these real big, like the size of a softball and shape of a softball kind of steak. So it was legit. For people who don't know, that means they burn the outside of it and leave the inside raw.
Yeah.
I didn't love it, but I ate it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's not the same as raw meat anyway. There's blood in it. Like at least they cook the blood out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
It'd be
next
so
time.
weird to eat, like grab a piece of actual meat and try to bite it. I don't know. Like mincemeat's different.
Yeah.
An actual piece of leg or something? Fuck, it seems tough.
I've eaten raw horse.
Whoa.
Well, how'd that happen?
Japan.
Oh, good for them.
I know.
It's thinly sliced though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh,
But that's at a restaurant. You can digest that.
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I've had raw beef carpaccio.
Yeah, I just remember Leonardo DiCaprio eating buffalo with the Indian guy, and he couldn't keep the buffalo down, and the Indian guy could.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Right. We're soft.
maybe, yeah, you're not conditioned to eat raw meat like that.
All right. So next week on the show, who takes the biggest poop? Eating raw meat and trying to make horses eat burgers
How do we? I got to get a
and
horse.
steaming our anuses.
Well, if we got a horse,
busy
we should
show.
do some stunts with the horse and give him meat. Offer him meat,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
If he's not interested, I'm not trying to force a horse to eat
I'm not
meat.
that kind of guy.
No. Yeah, no, that's a lot. And there's also got to be a way to make a bigger shit work better from the things that you have before it. Like if you don't eat much and then you do like some oil stuff and then put all the McDonald's in there. So it's like just boots out your chute.
Well, yeah, and high fiber would help with that.
Yeah.
Right. There's probably a Japanese TV show that does this because I saw a show and I think I understood what was happening. I'm not entirely sure. I don't speak Japanese, but it was these teams of people and they were all dressed up in matching tracksuits.
Yeah.
And they would show them all of this food and they would have these really animated, like over the top reality TV conversations with one another about, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to eat that. And I'll get this and this and this. And then after they ate it, they all got weighed. And I gathered that the premise of the show was they all were challenged with like, can you gain 3 pounds right now?
Yeah.
And they had to try to guess what they could eat that would make them weigh that much more.
Yeah.
So once you do that show, the next season is clearly going to be who could take the biggest poop.
Right. What about boiled eggs? That would make you take a giant dump when that one's because that's some compressed shit. That's blue. That's cool hand, Luke. I could be wrong. Like and subscribe. Everybody like and subscribe. 5-star review. If you don't have iTunes, get it. What the fuck? And then 5-star it. See you next week. Don't die.
Bing, boing, poing, 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 boing, 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 meow, 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 fucking meow, meow. Big fat points. Fucking big fat fucking bing boing fucking bing boing point.
If you want more Jason Ellis Show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmake, at Tullywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwear Wolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.